was hoping to get him today so I could chuck him on.
Are we winning yet, Rhoda? When you come back, we'll go. Just go to the plastic.
Oh, yeah,
Plain
yeah,
one.
okay, yeah, I'll
Something good. Something different. Come on. Can't pay for it.
You see the GPS set up on the right hand side?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, lovely, man.
Yeah, nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Why have you still got the phone on?
What are you going to do?
If I use the phone on the chart,
Oh, on the car, it's okay.
yeah, if I get calls from someone, I can see the video.
That's what I forgot to do is buy one of those GPSs when I was cheap.
I forgot how much the oil was in it. Hold it, jack that up and get it off.
Only lessons we're not having a late night, so I'm probably going to go home and keep on.
Okay. No, we don't have to back up by it.
Oh, it's only because I'll make it go, I'm still going to make it go to the future tomorrow morning. And she said, oh, I've got to be at, Ash's place at 10 o'clock. And I went, oh, you'll be fine.
I'll bring staff over to go. I'll bring them in. I've got big staff over waiting in front.
Oh, no, that's what, they're nice.
Hey Bruce, how are you? Yeah mate, we're just sitting up standby. Yeah, no, well, you can see the paddock, can't you? Thanks buddy. We can't start early.
No, yeah, it probably could be having done it before people think maybe we didn't realise
Just
it.
go, just put, just get it ready.
Yep.
Put it in play.
How do you put it in play?
It is, just put the thing in front, it's going.
Start?
Everything you've just said, people are now listening to it. It's just,
Yeah.
just don't put start yet, we're still 8 minutes early. Just put people we're coming. Say something.
We're coming soon, guys. We're a little early. What's going on over here? Don't run. You can't hide.
Five minutes out, Troy.
Yep.
Yep. Just making sure everything works because we've had so many dramas starting before.
Yeah. Good call. We gonna get that storm or what?
Right.
Been, gone, done.
Hey. Don't go too far away, if that drops out. Do not think of that.
Considerations. If that works. Nope.
5 minutes.
Big tea, come on.
You're going to do the calculations.
What am I calculating?
We're adding up the cost of my bike, it's one of those questions.
What we at now?
The cost of my bike.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure if you're gonna make me do that.
Well, you were nominated by your dad. I thought the size for one, I don't drop the bike and write paper on it. Good thing.
On why not to,
Or
or
what to. Oh no, just that way. To make up like that. Really? I will wait till about net. I put on here, hang in the hole, I get the hole, I can't place. Well, I have managed to stretch, I get on just locked up. Right, let's rock and roll. Just don't go too far that way. Do the intro, I'll keep up here.
Most impressive. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Troy. Evening, Connor.
G'day.
Big tunes. What's going on?
Not much, I guess, really.
Line up till Christmas.
Yeah, we had another ride this weekend. You took all the weather advice and, you know, the amount of rain we had and the amount of rain that was due this week, and we postponed, or cancelled actually, and refunded a bit and transferred people to the Feb ride. And probably didn't get the rain we thought we would. They're going to get it on the weekend. We've just had a storm go through now.
Having said that, even the massive state cup for touch football up at Port Macquarie that runs every year has already been put off just because of the amount of the volume of rain they had in the ground. So, so things just have to go that way sometimes.
Yeah, it's not what we want. It's not ideal, but I guess it's safety's the paramount thing. How's Rudy going over there?
Do we need to check on him or he's good?
Go check on him.
Go check on him.
What are you doing, Rooster?
Got to make the boss happy somehow.
New head unit in the Max.
New head unit in the Max.
You got it lined up?
Yeah, apparently.
Because you're a builder, so you do cast aero installs.
Exactly.
So anyone that wants a cast aero installed, what do they do, Rooster?
They call them mad rude.
They don't call you at all.
And don't trip over the company bike.
Yeah. Number 9. All right, Troy. So we've got your just tap that on the side, please, mate. The volume button or something. We've got your
Moscows.
Moscows mounted up. We had to drop them down, didn't we?
Yeah, we got them down a little bit lower because they were sitting up too high. So we just made a little bracket for the back there.
Mate, them. Good job.
I said we, but that'd be you.
You got a new GPS?
New GPS, the Zumo. She's all mounted up
XT
and ready to
Zumo.
go. XT Zumo. So that's all wired in by Mr. Jaeger, by TB. So she's all good to go for Christmas now. So I'm looking forward to giving that a run.
Yep. One's off in the morning, new owner.
Yep.
I haven't even washed my W from the rally, can you believe it?
Well, it was a big rainy day, but time in between. New tyre on this one tonight.
Is that a new tyre?
Maybe. A little bit of camber. A little bit of chew out there.
All right.
Shark fins.
All right, so the big question was, the episode we thought we'd do the majority of stuff is, what did this bike cost? It came up on Facebook. You're in the nibbles.
No, I was going to on this security guard. Watch the security guard. Ready? Sit, security, sit. Good job.
Good job. It's going all right too. The nibbles?
Yep. Look at that. Almost demolished that already.
Strongly's calling me.
Huh.
All right, will you have a cruise around my bike for a second?
Yep. Is that running on there?
Yeah, it's going right.
Cool.
No need to miss it.
Would you look at that? The brand newie TB version, fully decked out.
All right, just quickly, I can hold you back because I'm actually on the air. I know it was important. Oh, I'll get some low and then maybe I'll order some low next. All right, there we go.
Well, come talk to us about your latest build, Greg.
All right, so the question was asked on Facebook, because I put this on the T7 page, and the question was asked on Facebook was, how much did it cost? And this is not, it's not a standard build, okay? And I think in the Adventure Rider magazine, the next edition of the Adventure Rider magazine is actually my old bike, which is, can I just hold this for a second?
Yep.
Is over here. Show for this. So there's my old bike, which I bought. I purchased that bike, and I kept that bike. So it's right down to GPSs and everything, that bike is still as is. So what I've done with this bike, Troy, is there were some new things we wanted to try. Link was fairly keen for us to try the Polysport, their Polysport handguards with the aluminium backbone. I've got a set of wheels from 321 Motorsport on my old bike. I've got a set of Hahn wheels from Dirt Bike. I don't know, can't think. So from Glenn Hoffman. It's Dirt Bike. Sorry, Glenn, you're gonna, I can't remember.
It'll come to me.
It'll come to me. So, I also decided to try some other stuff. Bash plate. So the bash plate here, Troy, aluminium. Not aluminium, plastic.
Plastic, this one.
Now, interestingly enough, we've got a set of very accurate down to gram style scales here. There's not a lot of difference between this and a B&B. Like, there's not, you know, it's not a lot of difference in weight between that and an aluminium B&B.
Right.
I guess probably the biggest thing will be lack of noise. You know, you get that reverberation with the aluminium on.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes on the road in the wind. But it's certainly a big looking, strong looking unit. And it's a fair bit of depth in the plastic there. It's not a bad size. So it'll be great to see how it performs, Greg. And whether you're after running with alloy all that time, it'll be nice to see how that goes.
Yeah. So look, there's a lot of new things in this, and I guess we're pretty lucky here. We're not like some of the bloggers, some of the YouTubers have got one thing. Sometimes it's even what came on their bike and they say that's the best thing. This will be the 6th different bash plate we've tried to date. So we've tried a lot of different things. And so we'll go with that. So we've stuck with the regular tyre, front tyre, the Pirelli Scorpion. We've got an XC mid-hard back, which is basically an enduro tyre, if I'm going to be honest. But that's only a 2.5 inch rim against the standard 4.
Look at the hub, Greg. Look at the hub, though. Jeez.
So we're back to that question. We got anything else I need to know about before we go any further?
Yeah, they want to know what tank bags you're running, Dad.
Oh, your tank bag, Troy.
Okay.
We'll do that now.
Oh, actually, it's to ask about asking to access the fuel filter.
The fuel filter?
Yeah, so it says, what tank bags are you running there? Looks easy to access the fuel filter. Ah, okay.
Fuel filler.
Filter.
Yeah. I was going to say, we've never had, so we've had fuel injected Yamahas now, 660s, 1200s, 250Rs, 250Fs, and these. Never had a fuel filter out. Never had a fuel filter out, never had a fuel pump, not a single one, ever. All right, so what did it cost? Okay, so we'll start the back of the bike. You got a calculator over there? All right, start the back of the bike. Pirelli mid-hard XC. These are as close as I can remember studying today. I think they're $130, say, okay? A 4mm ultra heavy duty tube, $39.95.
Say 40.
Say $40.
Ah, I did 39.95.
$39.95. Set of the best racks on the market, undoubtedly the best racks on the market. Ride ADV solo racks, $525.
Designed and developed by Ride ADV?
Yeah, and built by Ron Sand Engineering. Steg pegs. I think the steg pegs are about $279. WRF foot pegs.
Yeah.
So WRF foot pegs, Yamaha hard part WRF foot pegs with springs. I think they're $250 a set or something. Might be a bit less. Let's call it $220. AXP plastic bash plate, $479. Camel rear tank. I gotta look it up. I think the Camel rear tank, my memory's gone out. I think the Camel rear tank's about call it $500.
Tucks away nicely under there. And you've never had any problems with that to this date?
Oh, no, I tell a lie. I had the other one rub here on this.
Yep.
But I hadn't Loctited the bolts, and the bolts up here came loose and the tank was wobbling.
So fitting problem.
Fitting problem.
Technicality.
Technically. My bad. Yeah, so the Camel exhaust, which is like, it is quite horn. If you can look at that and tell me that does not, that would put a horn on a dead.
I was going to say, that doesn't give you the horn. Have a look at the welds on this, guys. Now, these are all done, obviously, by a robot, but that is a magnificent piece of sweep. Up and around, tucks out of the way.
It's the whole rally thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's
C's got a new one now, he's playing with a new one, and they're bending it up in here. Like, it is ugly. I mean, it's so ugly.
Oh, you can't just show it, you got to hear it. Surely we've got to switch it on. Everyone's going to want to hear it. Had a dead set blow my wig off.
John
that
says
one.
it's 800 for the camera.
There you go, John. Thank you.
So I laid 300.
You had 300. So the Camel exhaust, I got it cheaper. I think they're about, let's call it $690.
Yeah.
Call that.
Yep.
Over here we've got an alt-rider twin step brake pedal. Now, we've talked about these previously. I remember Steve Smith from Venture Moto told me about those. I dead set thought that was a joke. I dead set thought that was a joke.
But
you ride, when you sit, you do that. When you stand, you do that. Okay? And that's how that works.
Yep. Crashies.
I think they're $171 or something.
180.
180. Crash bars are for Yamaha generally, I think they're 460, 440.
Yep.
Polysport. Dave O'Rourke, if you're watching, I don't know how much they are. Dave O'Rourke, I got nothing. Pro grips.
Yep.
Okay, 801 Pro grips, they're $29.
And the Wyndhams?
Wyndham mids, they're they've just gone up, they're 149.
So that's your preferred bend.
That's my preferred bend on my bike.
Stock ones are still good, but you prefer the Wyndhams. Okay.
MSC, mate, yeah, stock bars are fine. But yeah, I just don't give me myself out. MSC steering damper, 675. Or is it 765? 675. The wheels.
Oh,
The wheels.
the Pornhub.
I think they're either 32 or 2300. I think they were 2300. 2400 they were. 2400 for the wheels.
Right. That's for both?
Yep. The front tyre is 115. Front tube was 39, 40 or 40 bucks.
GPS.
Just on special at Johnny Appleseed for, you just bought one, 649.
649, yep.
Yep, 649.
You got a secondary or backup there.
Yep, it's same.
Yep.
The same when I bought it, yep.
So
So say 1,300 bucks.
Yeah, add it up, add them up.
Now you haven't put your soft clutch, your one finger clutch on this one yet, have you?
Nope.
Okay. It's on the other bike.
Because the other bike hasn't got crash bars. So remember, you can't put the extended clutch arm on.
That's right.
You can nick this away, and we may do that, but we haven't got to that yet.
Yeah, okay.
I can't remember the sticker kit now, so I can't remember the sticker kits. I know what the sticker kit's worth. I think about 400 bucks, maybe less.
Looks bloody awesome. These are the new colours.
Yep.
Looks fantastic. Love it.
So we're new colours because we've changed away from the Blue Crew to just Yamaha at their request, and we'll talk about the sticker kit in a minute because we're no longer. We've changed company, so we're dealing with Rival Inc. So Jack, who used to be at DMK, is at Rival Inc. and we stay with Jack. We're going with Jack now. Technic suspension, $14.95. It's the same kit. There's nothing special. That's just a base kit. I do have a trick set of suspension coming for this with the Kashima coats and the DLCs, and the same as my 250.
Even the base ones are great.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. I just Crash doesn't have the blingy looking ones, and I want them. So.
Is there a different air filter?
Pre-filter.
Yeah.
I think it's $39.95.
40 bucks.
Camel bobbleheads. I think they're 99 bucks. This is not a disclaimer. This is not accurate to the dollar. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty well it.
Your headers are standard, aren't they?
Headers.
Standard headers on
that.
it. Yeah.
I think that's it.
No tail tidy.
No tail tidy. I don't like getting muddy.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to have a guess, Connor. I'm going to say 8.5.
Yeah, it's looking like around that. It's come up for me around 8,139.
So 8.1, give or take. It'll be between 8.5 and 7.5 anyway.
And ladies and gentlemen, this could be yours for that amount.
Oh, that's not labour. So there's probably
That's
in
right.
the build.
That's right. Hours.
So there's probably, I can probably do the build, tank, stamp. It's probably 7 hours at workshop rate. So that's another 840 bucks.
Yeah. You didn't throw another USB in there?
Nope. I decided we had too much trouble with we were putting USBs over here all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we used to put them in there. But we're just having trouble with water. You're better off just putting a
Plug in
one in.
into the standard.
Someone said it's 150 for the powered GPS mount as well.
For the power, the powered GPS mount comes with the XT Zumo. When you buy the XT Zumo, which is the box over here, XT Zumo comes with the mount, okay, the bike mount, and so does the Garmin 396. 396, yeah, Zumo.
So that comes with it.
I don't think anyone said anything about the hand guards. Someone said 140 for bobble. Just got them.
140, 140, righto, yep. We probably got it a bit cheaper. We get our Camel stuff a bit cheaper. We still pay for it, and we pay for our product. So if it's no good, we can say it like this. That's how we got into this.
Yeah. Keeps it clean.
Yeah, you can have a clear conscience.
Yep. Autonomous, no problems.
So the difference between my bike and a crew bikes don't have the handlebars. Crew bikes, some of them don't have a steering damper, so they definitely don't have aftermarket wheels. And they don't have a Camel high exhaust.
They'll all be stick it up.
They'll all be stick it up. So all of our old kits are coming off and going to the new colours. So the boys have got the new colours. The other guys will be running Barkbusters. We've run Barkbusters for years. We're just trying the Polysports. So yeah, so that's probably where that's at.
So this bike hasn't even, it's only been down the paddock.
You took it down the paddock.
Yep, took some pictures.
To take some pictures. I rode down and turned around the bottom and came back. It's done 1 kilometre.
That's it.
Yep.
So she'll be away for Christmas on a maiden voyage.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Someone said their build was 25,000 including the bike. Similar setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go back, and we can probably post the links up if someone reminds me, ADB did storage a few years ago on my 450F, the desert sled, and my 250R that I had at the time. 250R was, the 250R at the time I think it was 27 or 28 grand.
Yeah.
And the WR 450 was 26 or something, including the bike, everything at retail. But that 250 ended up going over 30 grand because I put that $5,000 suspension kit out.
Yeah.
So you can definitely get out of control. Dave O'Rourke, if Renee, if you're listening, Dave was buying stuff for his bike. But Dave O'Rourke and I got to a stage where we were just buying stuff. He found a billet clutch cable holder that we both put on our bikes. You couldn't even see it. You couldn't even, it was a billet blue clutch cable holder. You couldn't
Just
even see it.
because you could.
Just because you could. Because
Yeah.
if he had one, I had to get one.
Yeah, had to outdo him.
Jace just posted asking what's the difference between the Polis and the bark busters.
They're very much the same. At the moment, I haven't ridden them, Jace. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is, but there's a slight difference in the way this is shaped and stuff here.
Contoured.
The internal mounts are the same sort of thing, or very similar. The inside mounts on the bars are very similar. But there's a few things about this I like. I like the adjustability in here.
Yep.
So I had some more adjustability there, which I found was really, really good. I don't know. I like them.
Yep.
Something different. So that's, yeah, like I keep saying, and I stress it, and with our bash plates and with our tyres, and if we don't try different things, it can't be all that is, you can't be sure. I don't know how many times I've thought something was really, really good and then tried something else and found something better.
Well, you got to be objectionable about it, particularly if people ask you the question. If you haven't tried it, you can't be objectionable. You can't give an opinion. But when you've tried it, you can.
Yep. So we've got an Achirby's tank coming. You've been putting the pressure on me to... no, it wasn't you. Who was here? Was it you? Dave O'Rourke's been putting the pressure on me to try another different fuel tank.
Wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. It was Dave. So there's a few of those around. I don't want to raise the centre of gravity on the bike. Okay, we went up 25 mil at each end, 30 mil at each end during when we ran a set of
Different tyres.
suspension.
Okay.
Oh, Nick, please. Nick's going to flog me.
Not the islands.
No, it wasn't the Islands. It was Andriani forks
yeah.
with 25 mil. No, he's the agent for them. Oh, God, sorry, Nick. It's who makes all rally raid stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we tried that, and it altered the centre of gravity of the bike. Huge, and I'm not the only person. I mean, Rod Fagan mentioned it. Who else? Someone else tried it. It altered the centre of gravity of the bike. I don't want to put any weight up the top. So if they can get the tanks down here, and that's what I like so much about the Camel tank. It's below the centre of gravity. It's below the height of the tank.
Height of tank, yeah.
So, and I mean, yeah, I don't know. So they're getting.
Bill also asked, what are you running a stock chain and sprockets?
Yes, I am. I am running stock chain sprockets. When we go out west and we do the Flinders, the 10-day, we'll go up one tooth on the front. And we've been doing that for a bit. Clive Ward sort of got on that pretty early. We tried it too. But yeah, so up one tooth on the front. Doesn't make a lot of difference in the bush, seriously. It's got a clutch. The clutch is in oil. It's cool. Just keep hanging off it.
Yeah.
The clutches are pretty good. The clutches in the 660s, if you got into tight going, you're really hanging off the clutch, it would get a whole heap of free travel. Okay. When it started, when half of that became free travel, you knew it was time to leave the clutch alone and just try and get the bike moving, not use the clutch. These are great. I've been stuck and swung off the clutch big time and it hasn't moved a bit.
There's a question about the Camel pipe. Steve said, did you cut off the original exhaust hanger bracket to fit it?
Yes, I did.
Good point.
Yes.
Scary. Not for you.
It is interesting taking an angle grinder to a brand new bike, but yes. Yeah, so that's been fine.
Snug fit.
It's great, so protected, it's out of the way. But I mean, if you see Corey, who owns Camel, if you see what Corey's doing to these without the bars protecting it, and the stuff, watch him in the rock pit. The stuff they're doing to test these bikes, and you go to Endurocross and they're going through those rock pits full of rocks. He's doing that at 700 and a 790 crash testing stuff, and what's the Pan America too?
Oh jeez, that's not a light bike.
And the pipe's taking the whole brunt.
Well, it's not getting hit, it's out of the way. And I love that sweep. That's
a nice sweep, yeah.
Yep.
Does look good. Any questions there?
Did you go standard rim widths on the hand wheels?
No, I went to a 2.5 rear rim, just so it gave me more choice of tyre. Because we do so many miles, and the bigger tyres, the big 140s are so expensive. If I can run a smaller 140 or an Enduro 140, especially around here in Arimba, especially in the slower going. If I go out west, I will put the big tyre on because it's speed rated, because it's load rated. These ones aren't so much, but the speeds are down when you're in the forest and stuff here, so it's not that big an issue.
So that was a question from David there.
Yeah, good question.
What about, Martin says, what about the difference in crash guards, weights, friction, price, function and price?
So we covered this off a few times, covered it again because we've got the other bike here, Troy, so we'll have your bike, but we chose the Yamaha crash bars because there's the combination of the right amount of protection and the right amount of weight. I don't think we need all this up around the front. It only interferes with trying to put light brackets on. If you put a high guard on it, it can be an issue sometimes. These offer enough protection. The boys have, trust me, they've tested them.
Well, Yamaha put them on for a reason. They're not gonna give you a dud set, are they?
No, I mean there's a whole heap of. I probably think it's unfair talk about where they bolt to, but I mean Yamaha designed these, so they were going to be a problem that they wouldn't go through them. Like I said, the boys have crashed them. DJ laid one down in the Brindabella. No fault of his. He'd taken action, and this thing stood up too well, and he went down pretty hard. So it was folded in a little bit. Something has to give.
Yeah.
Because if something doesn't give, it snaps somewhere else. So it's got to have a bit of flex. These have been fine. Now over to yours.
Because I had to be different.
So you had the Outback. You've got the Outback Motor Trek crash bars.
Yep.
And look, I've said all along, these offer probably the best protection on the market. They're made of steel. The aluminium ones, I don't know why you would, but anyway. They mount up the top here. They mount down here. They mount at the back. They mount here in the engine as well, like the Yamaha ones. And I had criticism of these, and I've covered it off recently. Laurie was upset that I said they were awkward to fit, and that they were. These are the early style ones here. They interfere, but he has changed all that, and kudos to Laurie, and I covered it off for the last set I fitted to Michael Cooper's bike. Mate, they fit up really well. Laurie's done a good job. These would be the strongest bars on the market, and you see he tows it up the road with a forklift.
Yeah.
They test it, they drag him, yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the things that sort of won me over when I saw it, because usually on an adventure bike you're going at a fair clip, and if you do come down wanted that for that sort of money you pay for a good bike, you want that protection. And I also had visions of putting, and I probably still will, put a light bar across the front like Crash has got.
It won't go in there in those mounts,
so probably won't, but maybe under there, I don't know.
Well, if you go under here, but the mudguard will hit it. That's right. Anyway, we'll sort that out later. But so that's that, and these offer. These have a lot of support at the top that crosses the other bar, and so I get that. But for us, they just weren't what we're after.
Yeah. Yep.
Steve asked if yours comes with a beer holder.
Who asked?
Steve.
No, you can get a gimbal beer holder. I was going to get one.
A gimbal one.
Yeah, so a gimbal one. So when you tip it over, it stays upright. Sid Boats have them.
Also, Moto Rides Australia said, Greg, can you tell me the next week's lotto numbers? I don't need them all, just enough to get them.
6, 4, 7, 13, 32, 46.
No responsibility.
And what do you call the other one? There's another one.
The power
Supplementary.
Supplementary.
Yeah.
Supplementary 7.
There you go. Done.
If you win on half of it. I couldn't win an argument, so yeah, sorry, mate, it don't help. So we're coming to the end of the year. There's no more rides this year. But I want to take this time to thank everyone that comes on our rides, and we've got a bunch of regulars, and there's a reason we have a bunch of regulars. It's because we have the best crew, it's because we have the best supporters, and we have the best customers, and that's why it works. And we listen to what our customers want, and we try and do the things they want. So the big events next year, the 10-day, I think there's still probably 4 spots or 5 spots left on the 10-day.
And where's that one too, Greg? Let's remind them.
It starts in Condobolin.
Yep.
And works its way across into South Australia, and then it goes up to the Flinders, and then it goes up to Camerons. And just great country. So we've got that. The Bridge to Bridge started this. We got requested. We've been doing the East Coast of Australia long time before people started copying this concept. This concept of bridge to bridge started with Tony Kirby, and then we took it over in 2014, 16, 18, 20, okay? In 2022, we're going back to do Brisbane to Sydney. So I'll start up at Adventure Moto in Brisbane, go back to Sydney. A little bit, one of the nights, overnights are the same. Everything after that is same but different.
Okay.
And it's, if you look at it on the map, it is the best. And we go west, we go everywhere. That is a cracker 7 days. Looking forward to that. We're obviously in the Simpson in May supporting Soldier On, which is full that ride. We're in the High Country twice in April. No, sorry, Feb and then April. The Tenere Rally, there's still some spots left on that, but if you're thinking about Tenere Rally, don't muck around.
That's in High Country?
That's in the High Country too. WR Rally's moving to Warhope next year. Really sad to take it out of Watto, but mate, we've just done Cessnock to death. And we just had a great weekend up there. It was testing, but mate, I just saw the video from that weekend too.
Did you? Yeah.
Put together, it'll be out shortly. It's a cracker.
Was testing, but everybody had a smile on their face at the end of that first day, and then ponied up for the second, and adjustments from there.
Just is what it is.
2 more questions. John said, have you tried fitting the other mufflers to the end of the Camel crossover pipe?
Not yet. A bit of talk with Dave about getting an arrow for it, but yeah, nothing. Tried nothing else. I have no complaint with this exhaust muffler, so I have not really.
And Steve asked how much the seat was, but I'm pretty sure that's stock.
That's a stock seat. Yeah. Taking the strap out, okay. And the other thing we did, we did the Troy Matson seat mod on all their bikes. I just didn't have hose this time, and I couldn't be bothered. So what we've done is we've just taken the spacers around off and turned them upside down. So now, can't show that. It's secret. So normally that spacer goes through the seat there and the bolts go through. We've just turned the spacer upside down. We've slid that across into there.
Drop her in.
And now it just goes in, slides down on those. And now this part of the seat sits across here. That's what holds it all down.
Done.
Did that other thing appear?
Not sure. Probably.
Do you want me to check?
So I've run the stock seats. They're really pretty good.
John said he got a rally seat from eBay, $550.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy with it, John?
I think that's John Leishman. I think it's John the Sweep. Look, there's a reason I don't have the rally seat, and that's because if you take that, there's a critical measurement between the bottom of your foot and the bottom of your gentleman areas.
Yes.
And I'm a bit short.
Critical.
In that measurement, not so much in the gentleman area, but how'd you go with your install, Rooster?
All done, mate.
Sure done.
Works, steering wheel, everything.
Fired up.
Everything works.
Oh, toast a beer then.
For sure.
It was long 15 minutes.
So, yeah, Rooster said 15 minutes to put that in an hour and a half ago. So, yeah, back to this year. So, I really want to thank all the people that have been involved with us this year. Starting with Yamaha Australia, Matt, Nick, Geese, Peter, the girls in the office, everyone that helps us there, the guys at the dispatch that when we go to get stuff, the guys and girls in spares, everyone there. They're just a fantastic. I've worked in a lot of big companies, but it's just a fantastic company. It's a fantastic company with a lot of passion and a great culture. And they believe in what they do, and they support what they do, and they support so many different events and stuff. So, yeah, hats off to Yamaha. To Steve and Jen at Adventure Moto. Steve's been there since the start. A lot of you know Steve sold his half of Adventure Moto out to Wayne to crash this year, but it's still same.
Adventure Moto.
So yeah, Adventure Moto. So thanks, Mum. So they're supporting us as always, and they've been fantastic. Dave O'Rourke, Link International with Pirelli, RK Chains, the Polysport Barkbusters, Polysport Guards. Like Dave's always supporting us, helping us out. Even when Pirelli tyres dried up, Dave helped us source some other tyres just to keep us rolling, which wasn't our greatest preference, but to keep us rolling. And he just helps out, and just great people. So yeah, and Nick at Technic, Nick's going through some dramas, has been for a little while, sorting the workshop and stuff out. His level of professionalism is way above. It's OCD stuff, let's be honest, and so his strive for perfection is pretty high on what he does, and like to ride this standard suspension with what he's modified it after spending probably $20,000 or $25,000 on Ollins and Andriani and all sorts of stuff to test them, to get the results, to know what we come up with, and you know, like other people have ridden it, people that are sponsored by other suspension mods have ridden it and said how good it was, and it is really, really good. So I want to thank Nick. On a personal level, I want to thank Lusties, who helped me out personally with some of the riding gear and stuff I buy from them. They're just, I get it at wholesale, and they're great, and they support us, and it's been fantastic. I thank all my crew. I'm not going to go through and pick out names because I'll forget one, and if I forget one, then I'll forget everyone. But
As long as you say
they all know who they are. Yes, Rooster and Abby and Crash. Now you've started me, and Clay and Lincoln and Troy and Red Fox,
John Boy,
and Strongy. So here we go. So he hasn't been with us this year, but he's been busy, and COVID's messed everything up. But listen, and Chicken's making an appearance next year. He's signed up for
Good
Two High Country. So,
good stuff.
all those people, but most important, our customers. I mean, dead set. You guys rock and roll. We got stuck for, we had a bit of an issue on one of the rides. I rang one of the customers up, and all of a sudden we had 3 customers all set and ready to help, and there was no questions at all. You had a question, Evan?
Yeah, Wayne Rose asked, what's the best suspension?
Oh, bang for buck, $1,495. Drop your bike off at Technics and have it done. You flat out getting a cartridge kit, which will probably, to be that good, probably need just a bit of adjustment. I mean, all of our cartridge kits and they all Nick ended up playing with them all, all the European ones, even the Ollins, the Andriani, all of them had a bit of adjustment to take the edge off the start of it.
Yeah, he said he's 105 kilos, so, but you'd be able to...
Yeah, one of my legs weighs that, mate, yeah.
Yeah, there's just general conversation going on about if there's any second-hand T7s going around. Someone asked if the blinkers melt if you change something about changing the camel exhaust.
No. So I haven't had any blinker problems. I mean, if this one over here, if you look, it is an LED blinker, but I mean it's probably got a little bit black at the tip, maybe, but no, it's been fine.
There hasn't been any sort of wear and tear on that sort of thing, has there?
And guess why we're doing that too? That's the open header system, right? That's the non-cat open header system, and I see a lot of talk on YouTube, and Joe Morgan in Queensland, he gonna go another side, I like on the point. Joe Morgan in Queensland did the same as us, put an open system on it, different pipe on it. We tried 3 tunes, extensive dyno running, etc. It just lost the bottom end. It just took the bottom end. If you want to ride it above 7,000 revs, it went like a cat shot up the... Like it was, but you couldn't keep fuel up to it, and you couldn't ride like that all day. They got to have, in my opinion, from my experience, from my amount of testing, got to have that. You got to have that catalytic converter in there for the back pressure.
Yeah, he's with the with the Camel tank on there now, and your stock tank. What are you on a normal run, not a flat bicky run, but a normal run? What are you guys working on that? What are you sort of Ks are you pulling out of that?
I'd say I look at a safe 450.
Yep.
You probably get more, but you got to go with that. You got to remember. Excuse me. When that light starts to flash, 6 litres left.
Yep.
And I think you got to ring Crash. Ask him how many Ks. Gawley got more than Crash.
I got 80.
We're in the high country now.
But you guys did better than that.
Crash was.
He got something like 200, didn't he?
No, Gawley was in the 200s, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's ring Crash and ask him. Oh, no, he's out for dinner. Forget it.
Is he?
Yeah, I think Crash was over 160. I think.
That's ridiculous.
6 litres.
Close to 200.
Yeah, it's close to 200.
That's crazy.
It's just short shifting, and probably Crash. He probably put on his back and jog with it for a while.
Probably.
I mean, I see a guy the other day talking about lithium batteries and weight saving. Like seriously, it's a 200 kilo bike, a lithium battery. There's a video, and I can put a link to it. Go to about adventure bikes and weight saving. It's here.
Yeah.
You want to save the weight, save it there.
Well, you put a lithium battery in it, means you can pack 1 more beer. That's about as good as it gets.
Barry Yeager says, do you sell camper trailers?
Baz.
There was just one more comment by John. I think he was talking about if the tail tidies, they come with a blinker guard anyway.
Yeah, they come with a blinker guard, that's true. We put the blinker guard on, didn't we?
Yeah, and it's snapped off.
Yeah, we had a bit of trouble at that stage too. We had on a camel tail tidy, and Corey's addressed this in the Mark II camel tail tidies. The tail tidy broke, the blinker thing broke because the tail tidy flogged around so much. At the WR rally recently, I heard a couple of blokes talking about how ugly the tail was, and I'll go to a WR. This made me laugh a little bit. Why have we stuck with this the whole time? Okay, we only ever bent one, and that because the bike was
Flipped.
being held. Oh, I have two. Someone flipped one up the bitumen.
Someone.
Who will remain nameless, and another one we had. It was, let's just say, it was being held by this. I'm not going to say too much. That's only two, and all the bikes we ever bent. It just stops the mud coming out the back. I saw the WR rally, someone had a tail tidy here, they had a big rubber flap hanging down there, so obviously the mud does fly up, so it looks ugly. Yes. But anyway, that's why we've stuck with those, okay? And I don't know, it's there. I have thought a couple of times about maybe moving it up here and putting it under here and cutting that off. But that blinker's there for my safety. That's for my safety. That is my safety.
Yeah, it's a reflector for in case the bike's shut down or turned off and the vehicle's coming up behind you with lights.
Next level, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got to do this.
Yeah, with the safety stand on the kick now.
Detail.
What else you got for me, big fella? What time is it? Time check?
You're on 7:36.
Is it almost time for chicken wings out of the oven?
Oh, yeah, we got chicken wings.
Only other comment we got here is Jay said the lithiums are about 2.5 kilo difference.
Yeah,
Again.
over 200.
Okay, so lefty, if Jeff Forshaw's watching, you got some of the lithiums, you got to warm them up. So Paul Muscat, if you're here, Paul used to work, Paul would be out the front of an afternoon when he was going home, he'd turn his key on and go, and I'd go, chicken was there. And he'd go,
Prime it.
and then he'd go, no, you got to warm the battery up or something.
Oh, okay.
And chicken's yelling, the bear's coming, and it's like, so I don't know. I mean, these Yuasa batteries, how do you pronounce it? Yuasa batteries, I don't know. Anyway, 2.5 kilos.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's half dozen pack of beers. That's it. Is that?
You can scroll through, there's a couple of bits and pieces, more conversational stuff now.
Alright, well, so I guess that pretty well covers you. Rooster, you got anything on to add? Is that stereo going to work on my car?
Brake light warranty, mate.
Well, I won't use the brakes.
No, not really. Just hope everyone has a good Chrissy, really.
Yeah, actually the other thing too is we're going to run some more first aid courses next year. I was looking through that today.
Okay.
So
on site, I'll be the crash test dummy.
You just be the dummy.
One of the two.
Oh, there you go, there's a good one. Phil said, what's the worst economy you've had?
Hang on.
Oh, we've had a couple.
On a private track, Greg.
So Crash and I went out west a couple of years ago, and these were new. Look, it's fair to say it was the ground was heavy. It was a heavy track.
Heavy track that day.
Heavy track. No, on a serious note, it was a heavy track, and it was an area where testing could be done. Without saying too much, I ran dry, reserved the whole lot, 268 kilometres.
Ooh.
That was 16 litres.
How was the back tyre?
That was fine. It was all high speed stuff. It was all high speed, pushing wind, heavy track.
Yeah.
And when we did the tyre testing, I noted on the tyre testing we'd reset the fuel thing. We were doing 8.7 litres per 100 or something. Okay. But that was riding up and above 7,000 revs, just really trying to torture tyres.
Phil said he did 305.
Yeah, that's
up there.
I mean, yeah, we get, I've got a lot more than that, but that was pretty extreme. We were loaded up, panniers, all the gear. I was going to say camping gear, but I mean, why would someone, this is at camping, you and I discussed this the other day, camping, you spend all this money on a motorbike and then you go and spend all this money on camping gear to be like a homeless person. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why?
It's because some of us ride for the ride like you and some of us ride for the ride and the scenery, Greg.
No, give me a pub.
Yeah. No, well, pub, for me, a pub's last choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, a pub with
hotel.
I've got to have on aircon. I want aircon. What happens when you walk into the room, Rooster?
Oh, you freeze your tits off.
Yeah, 6 degrees. 16 degrees, sorry. No, look, so camping for me is just like how to be a homeless person.
Hobo baked beans, the whole
Hobo baked beans, yeah. Yeah. You found a whole heap of baked beans in a garbage bin once, didn't you? No, left out.
Well, they're in a box.
They were in a box.
Near a next to a garbage bin.
in a truck stop, to be fair,
Next to a garbage bin.
after a one of those concerts that the youths have these days.
Was it
And they were-
Bushdorf?
No, well, kind of. It was up at Byron Bay, and we're on our way back, and there's a truck stop, and there's
Fucking hell.
dozen or two cans of baked beans and 4 loaves of bread. I can't stand waste. Have a look around the shed. Can't stand waste.
Keeps everything.
Got to keep everything.
Where's that first
And my
one,
kids,
mate?
they refused to eat it. Called it hobo baked beans because it was pulled out of a truck stop. I don't
You
understand.
didn't bring the bread home, but did you?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Makes good toast, mate.
Double A Hazara Adventure Rides, he said, any news on the WR 300R?
There is no WR300R.
He said, any news on the 250 replaced next year from
There
the
isn't one.
WR 300?
There isn't one, and there won't be WR300, and I'll tell you why. So the WR250R's gone, DRZ 400's gone, KLR 650's major changes, DR 650's going. They're all going because we're going to have ABS fitted now, and they're going to meet Euro 5, 6, 25, whatever we're doing. It's people like you, hippies like you, saving the world that's causing this. So they've got to have all these things. It's not feasible, and there is no you can't build a single cylinder engine at 450, 500 cc that's going to last. Honda tried to do it with a 450L. Okay, when the 450L came out from Honda in its safe mode, released from the factory, it made less horsepower than a 250R. Less. Okay, then you could pull the smog kit off it. But they had a rebuild, an overhaul time of, Dave O'Rourke, you're there somewhere. I know you're listening. I know you're watching. Say something, for God's sake, Dave. It was 25,000, 30,000 kilometres or something. 250R's first valve adjustment. First time you had to pull the cover and check the valves, 40,000 kilometres.
That's just a check.
Okay, look at a 701. A 701 has to have a valve check every 12,000 kilometres. Okay, we pulled this up on one of the events here. We pulled it up, Lincoln, we spoke to Lincoln, they're a Husqvarna dealer. So basically, nearly every time you change the oil on the Husqvarna 701, you're supposed to check the valves. Okay? So you can't have these things. Like, do you know how much money they put into 450 rally bikes to get them to a Dakar without changing an engine? Like, the pistons are $8,000 or something. Like, seriously. It's not going to happen. The WR2, oh, I'm going now. The WR250R, it was designed for the Japanese domestic market that snuck out. It's a unicorn.
commuter
It's
bike.
Yeah.
What about the bike we got? 60,000 Ks on it.
Yeah, we got one over there with 65,000 Ks. We need to put it back together. Got the tank off, it stole some
We
parts.
got a bloke from France. It says, hi guys, I'm from France. It's 9h40 AM here, so 9:40 AM. No beer time for me.
Ah,
Really? That's not the Aussie attitude, champ. That's not the Aussie attitude, okay? But come to Australia, we'll get you on the beers early in the morning. Do you know any French?
And on a
Do you know
bike.
any French?
no,
Will we, somebody, Bueller?
no.
Bueller?
But it's nice to hear from
Renault,
someone overseas
Renault.
as
How's
well.
that, Renault?
Renault, that's
Renault.
close. That's
Hello,
close.
yeah, hello in France, mate. What else you got, big fella?
Not much more really. Someone did say that the DRZ 400 is not gone, and then someone said no, it is gone.
It is gone, and if it's not gone, it's going. No, I think it's gone. Check.
Yeah,
Lincoln normally told you.
David said DRZ 400 is gone. Suzuki
David who?
confirmed. David O. So
They said Dave O. So just watch Dave O there. Dave O, how much of the Polysport?
Wrap around things.
Yeah, handguards.
You can't call them that other name.
No, I know. So Dave O should answer that. And we had another question for Dave O, didn't we?
yeah, it was about the wasn't it about the WRs?
No.
No.
So watch for Dave to come up with the... Sometimes you got to scroll that. What? Oh, look at that. Oh, no.
No, it's fucking...
That's all.
Whoa. There you go.
Mate, you're doing a good job, right?
So Dave will come back to that.
And Jace is saying if there's no more after this, wishing everyone a happy Christmas.
Oh, we'll dribble for a bit, yeah. Okay, so another couple of updates. I sold one of my XR 650Rs. I've been
What?
doing this, you know that you play adult.
Oh, that
Yeah.
game. Yeah, that game.
So the 250,
Not familiar with that.
250R and the crate's been sold. Sold one of the XR 650Rs. I'll probably sell the other one. Really?
That's a case.
That's a case.
I turned yours on silent earlier.
Thank you, mate.
It's
Kane. He pays for it.
I was dribbling about something.
650R.
650R's gone.
Playing adult.
Yep.
You're adulting.
Those that were on the WR Rally, the car in the morning did a fuel pressure sensor when they went out to check if that track was open and closed.
Dated back with the D-Max.
Towed it back into town with D-Max, then spent $1,200 or $1,320 towing it back to replace the fuel pressure sensor that we had here effectively. But anyway,
$35.
That's another way, yeah, 35. But no, not $35 sensor. We have one.
$149.
$149. So it's actually probably cheaper than the Barkbusters for a Tenere. I think the Barkbuster kit's about $115, but that's not with the plastics for a Tenere, and then you've got to spend $41.95 for the plastics. So it's probably a fraction cheaper. I can't see it being any weaker. I'm looking forward to it. I like the finish. We'll see how it goes. I do like the adjustability and the slide at the front, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, he said it fits on all handlebars.
Yep. So I think that's about it.
That's about it, yeah.
Calendar's set for next year, or there's still a bit of work?
No, there's still a bit of work to go to the calendar. The bridge to bridge will be out with all the dates and locations next week, and the rest of the calendar will be finished off by the end of next week, and we'll be done.
How well does a whirlybird go in the cupboard?
The whirlybird in the cupboard.
This one.
Oh, that one. The whirlybird's up.
There she is.
Go and ask Rooster. Ask Rooster how good it goes.
It's real good.
It's a prototype. You can't rush these things.
No.
This is R&D in this shop, in this workshop.
I want to thank David Poole too, who got me a
Pooley.
my birthday. It was 4 months late, but anyway, I want to thank him for it. So he got me a jersey, and yeah, thanks Pooley.
Awesome, look at that.
Vintage
Nice.
boss.
Pretty cool.
Not trail boss,
Vintage boss.
Thanks
Well,
Pooley, I'll wear it with pride.
old elbows, even when he's on the track, he's always going to try and take advantage somewhere, so he's made sure he's put that in words
I love
as well.
coming up behind Pooley because it's like this, isn't it?
Yeah, you
James
can,
was asking how the cables sit around the handguards.
Cables.
Yeah, because I think there was a comment earlier about how I think the Barkbuster ones hit it.
Oh, okay, so these
Because the
sit in,
Barkbuster comes straight
these
out.
sit in here nicely. Sit in this cutaway here nicely. Everything else fits nicely. It's no problem at all. It's
good clearance.
it's a nice fit up, yeah.
No, these are good questions because people out in the public, if they haven't tried
we've
them.
always just thought Barkbuster, but you know, I think it's great that Link want to say go and give them a test and give them a run.
Have you let the pressure down these tyres yet?
No.
Did I show you the hubs, guys? I'm not going to sleep tonight. Look at the polish on those babies. Look at that. Look at this bit of bling work here. Oh, I don't know. Beautiful.
He said still having nightmares about that bloody walkover stuff.
Oh, when John had to walk up the hill. So when the car broke
That's
down.
John.
John.
Yeah.
So John had to walk up. So I want to
Good on
know.
you, John.
I want to know when
John
the
boy.
car broke down, Rooster, and you and John were in it.
I was
This
driving.
is the wee hours of Sunday morning when the guys were out and everyone else was still asleep, laying in bed with their hand in their underpants, smile on their face.
Al
sleeping.
Bundy style.
Al Bundy style. Rooster and John went out over Corny Pass in the car, did a fuel pressure sensor. The car broke down. You're how old? How old are you?
Oh, 38.
You're 25. You're 25 years old. John has to be 40,
I don't know, John. How old are you?
40 something. How old's John? And smokes like a chimney. He smokes worse than a 68 Volkswagen with a hippie. Right? Who walks the 5Ks up the hill?
To get phone reception.
Phone reception.
John,
He offered.
not Ruda.
I was driving and I was in pluggers.
And what were you going to
In the wet, so they
In the
grip,
wet,
right?
so
And what were you going to do when you came up the hill later and found John dead on
John
the ground
passed
after a
out.
heart attack?
He's 40.
He's 40.
There you
Yeah,
go.
40.
You're on
You're
the money.
40, John. Jesus Christ, you've lived hard, son.
It's the sickies.
You've been ridden hard and rolled up wet, you have.
Ash asked what model prototype bars yours are.
Wyndham mids. So they're Contour, Wyndham mid, RM mid bends. I run them on all my bikes, always have. There's a story behind it, but basically because just our other bands I used to get tennis elbow. I tell you what else we have to do. We have to find the dirt bike burrito dudes. So I want to do a. So shout out to the dirt bike burrito dudes. Someone tapped them on the shoulder. Graham and the boys, Jeremy and what's the dude's name? Nah, come on. He's the millionaire from the Northern Beaches. Somebody Bueller. Works for ARB, probably owns ARB. Jeremy, Graham, if you're watching, go and build him. We need to catch up with those guys and we need to get them on one of these one night. So if you want any vehicles wrapped, by the way, any wrapped my caravan, Graham from Tint Protected Orange. So they're the people, see? Dirt Bike Burrito. So we've thanked everybody. I guess that's probably it, isn't it? I mean,
Some Lindsay Peterson says for single cylinder ADV bikes, what should we be looking at?
Lindsay.
No,
It's a twin, but
the
Lindsay, we've asked them multiple times. We want your bike here, your AJP. We want you to walk us around, take it through. Single cylinder, I don't know, mate. I don't know until someone comes up with a single. Oh, the KLR 650. It's back. They've put ABS on it.
Yep.
It weighs the same as a large family saloon, but it's got ABS on it. It is legal. So yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
All right. The chicken wings are calling us.
All right. So I think it's the last one for the year.
Yeah.
This is probably it. I know we've had technical issues. This is the best one we've had, eh?
No dramas.
Bit more gear. I bought another router thing, so we'll do some more. What do you got?
Oh, Mato Ride said millionaire on the northern beaches. That's thinning it down.
What's his name? He's always got broken ribs. Don't know. Anyway, shout out to everyone. I'll do a couple of lives during December and as we get close to Christmas, but yeah, get on a ride next year. It'll be worth your while. If you don't enjoy it, we'll give you money back. There's a deal for you. How's that?
How's that?
How's
How
that
good's
for
that?
you?
It's been a big year.
Not as big as we'd like.
No.
It's been challenging.
Interesting year, but
Interesting year.
time to celebrate, time to relax, time to unwind. Get your bike set up for the new year, guys.
That's it. Big New Year.
Big new year. All right, everyone.
Peace
So,
out.
let's go. I'm pushing the button.
Hit it.